Good morning. We're heading on a couple of day trips today. Go see some of the cool sites near Sarande. We will show you some cool stuff. Here at Butrint National Park. It's a pretty famous UNESCO World Heritage Site, and we are going to go find out why right after some coffee. It's beautiful here. Not as good as the uncles from yesterday. We are a stone's throw away from Greece here. In about 5 kilometers in that direction is Greece. It's a pity we don't have EU visas, otherwise we might have just popped over, just because. This is super cool. Catering to every kind of visitor. We are off to a good start. Beautiful, beautiful surroundings. Apparently, one of the reasons that this place was abandoned was because of the encroaching marshlands. So this place has got a whole bunch of buildings. It seems that it used to be a city of some kind. I mean, I guess city back in the old days would be considered like a small village, a town by today's standards. But there are a lot of ruins around us. This here is a temple that was built in the 4th century. I mean, pretty good condition, you know, all things. Could use a coat of paint, but otherwise I think it's pretty good condition. It was dedicated to the god of Asclepios, and I got that pronunciation 100% correct. It's a little turtle. Hey, little guys. This is a theater that was built in the 3rd century. So we're talking like the 200s. I mean, the stonework here is just so 200s. I don't know how accurate this is, but it seems to be a recreation of how they believe the city here used to look, and it actually does look like a city. Here's the theatre, which is just over there, and this here is the bathhouse where we're standing right now. This bathhouse dates back to the 2nd century, so that's the 100s. Totally looks like 100s stonework as well. I should have taken up archaeology. There's another show at the theatre, just like the old days. Is this some kind of frog? Whoa, those are frogs. So I have a serious correction to make here. Remember that chapel I was talking about earlier when I said 4th century? It was actually 4th century BC, which means that sucker's like 2,400 years old. This place is ancient. Apparently it's not even the oldest site here yet. A lot of these buildings, and they just keep going. It really does seem like this might have been some kind of city. There's ruins all around us. There's a lot of history in this general region. There's actually a cave that's not too far from where we are now that has like paintings and things on the wall that is estimated to go back 50,000 BC. Fascinating, man. Where the hell did I take us? I see a path! I see a turtle. So beautiful all over here. Look at the size of these rocks, man. How the hell did they cart these things all over the place? Now that is very cool. Am I touching an ancestor's handiwork here? Who's to say? So this is a thing from the 6th century, AD, not BC. So this is what the floor actually looks like. Apparently it's got beautiful mosaic handwork all along the floor. But to preserve the mosaic, they actually cover it. A couple of times a year, they do open it up so that you can see, but you obviously need to, if you want to see that, you're going to have to plan your trip around it because, like I say, it's only a few times a year. Butrint is on kind of a little peninsula, and if we're in the time and land of pillages and pillagings and murdered because of your faithings, then it makes sense to build in a place like this. Butrint used to be like a port city, and now it's one of the most visited cultural heritage sites in the world. Wow, man. Look at this. So this was an ancient fountain that was built dedicated to the nymphs in 2 AD. So the nymphs are considered in Greek folklore to be minor deities of nature. So I guess building this thing was good for that. Oh, it's just so serene around here, man. Look at this.
Oh, sorry.
Damn it. You counting?
Mm-hmm. Done.
Wait. Subscribe. Just me enjoying my delicious views. Wonder how cold this water is. This is actually, as much as it looks like a lake, this is actually seawater, because just around the bend here, this whole area connects to the ocean. This is a super fascinating read. Pause if you're interested. This wall is quite the piece of architecture. These blocks there's no mortar used here. They say that everything is just cut perfectly to fit together. You can see it here. So, I mean, the fact that they just moved these around, let alone actually cut them into, to fit together, it's amazing. And this is 4th century BC. Fine example of the engineering skills of this period. I stand corrected. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. This is most certainly not a village. This is a big village. It's quite amazing that just on the other side of this mountain, you will find the ocean. So this is kind of the only area where Butrint touches land. All the way around is all water. And there is Greece. So now that you've subscribed, I'll show you the newest part of the ruins, which is this, a Venetian built tower. Now, it was partially reconstructed based on the pamphlet here, but I assume it was an accurate reflection of what it mostly looked like. I can't even see where the reconstruction happened. This was built between the 14th to the, I think, 15th or 16th century, they say here. So definitely the newest part of the ruins, but still, I mean, at 500, 600 years old, that's still decently old. Which ironically takes us to our last stop. The place with the most wear and tear. This area here, which is right next to that area there, has traces of usage dating back to the 8th century BC. So it's incredible. Seriously, Butrint has been one amazing place to stop. I mean, not only do you have absolute beautiful views, you've got wonderful lush forestry and jungle to walk through, and of course, the culture, the history of mankind, where we came from, where we dug ourselves from the mud to plunk ourselves in front of TVs and video games. I say that ironically because I love video games, but you know what I mean. Thank you, Butrint. Thank you, humankind, for getting us to a point where I can fly halfway across the world in 8 hours just to see this beauty. Now, let's go chill on the beach. We've arrived at the gem of the Albanian Riviera, at the Maldives of Albania, at Ksamil Beach. It is, take it in with your own eyes. Look at it, man, it's gorgeous. At the time of recording this video, it is the end of April. We're just about to enter May. The water is still a little chilly, but overall, the temperature is really good. I know that in early April it can still be quite cold here. In the mornings it's relatively cold, you're talking about 10 degrees or so, but as the day goes on it really warms up. And what else is good is because of this time of year there aren't too many tourists. I think peak season starts from May, end of May maybe, through June, July, August. But this is a good time to come to the country. So we're taking a seat here at Relinda. It is a super cool place. They got like this whole glass facade going on with trees growing through it. I can tell that the prices of food has gone up a little bit here in Ksamil. I assume because it's obviously a popular tourist destination, so the guys can charge a little more. Oh no, I ran out of vape juice. Emergency backup. Everything is okay. Presentation is great, but where's the quantity? All right, let's try this chicken schnitzel. That's a 7 out of 10. All right, that was a $24 appetizer. We're still both hungry. All we had was a pasta, the chicken schnitzel, 1 bottle of water, and 1 mojito. So we're probably gonna go try and find something else to eat. The sand here is pretty coarse, so I'd suggest you bring sandals. So we haven't found another place to eat yet, but we do have these. These things are amazing. They're made in the Balkans, Bulgaria, and you can find them kind of in supermarkets and everything. They seem to be pretty popular around here, and they got lots of different flavors. Nice and crunchy. I'd really swim to one of these islands if the water was a little bit warmer. I'm a coward for cold water. So our impressions of Ksamil. It was beautiful. Really, really beautiful beach. I don't know if I would recommend staying here over in Sarande. I guess it depends what you're looking for. If you just want to chill at the beach, obviously this is better. But if you're looking at doing day trips and adventuring around, having options to walk around like an old city, old streets, I would recommend staying in Sarande and coming here on day trips because it's really so close. It'll just be a couple of minutes anyway. Back at our apartment, and sadly it is our last day. We're gonna head out, walk around the city a little bit while we got some sunlight and just take in that beautiful Sarande atmosphere one last time before we leave tomorrow. So there's a bunker right here. When last have you just seen kids playing in a playground? So we're here in the middle of the city of Sarande, and of course, boom! There's ruins that have been here since the 5th century. You just want some attention, don't you? Hey buddy. They have spa here, which you get in South Africa too. Interesting. Thank you. It's a cool little street shop. Skipitanja. I wonder what that means. It's a mystery. So it's 7:30 now and it's starting to get dark. So the sun stays up quite late here in Albania, which is super nice. Obviously you have long days. The sun also comes up quite early. I was up at 6 this morning and it was pretty much entirely light out. So you have really long days to take in as much as you can. This looks like quite the elaborate fountain. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to work right now. So we enjoyed our time in Sarande very much. Butrint is seriously a highlight. It's an incredible place. Ksamil is beautiful. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.